He was riding around with Miss Madeline in the car for hours. For hours. For hours. Hey, son. How was school?
Good.
Good. For hours. That is sick. This baby was in this passenger seat riding around with this man for hours. And she was not alive. Pay attention to this time, because during this time, Stearns told the police officers during his first interview that during this time he was going to the vape shop, but it wasn't open, so he had to leave and come back. This was around this time frame.
When was Madeline Soto killed? Was she alive at any point inside the car?
I don't believe that Madeline made it out of the house alive. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if in fact Jenn Soto does not recall being woken up by Stephen until 8 o'clock, Stephen said him and Madeline were up at 7 that morning. So we're talking about a whole hour before Jenn supposedly was up. That's enough time for him to get Maddie out of the house and put her in the car. That is enough time. If you ask me, in my opinion, Madeline did not make it out of the house alive. She did not. Whatever Stephen did, I feel like he did in the house prior to him leaving that morning.
Or did it happen in the overnight hours? Bring back in our guest, Bobby Chacon, FBI.
I'm gonna link this video so you guys can watch it.
"13-year-old Madeline Soto lived with her mom, Jenn Soto, and her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Stephen Stearns. It's important to understand the nature of her relationship with her mother. Her parents were not together, so it was really up to her mom, Jenn Soto, to protect Madeline. Unfortunately, she didn't.
Exactly.
Here's more of the story. Listen to what she says.
And I want y'all to understand that it's very important to pay attention to what someone initially says. The initial reactions are important. The verbiage that you use on that initial reaction is important. Just like all the rest of it. Like later on, if they have to do interviews, it's important. But that initial interview will tell you a lot. It tells you a lot about who you're dealing with. And there is a difference in talking to the media and talking to the police for many people. Some people feel more comfortable talking to the media. Some people are very uncomfortable with talking to the media. But there's a difference between media and the police. And I'm speaking in terms of the people of interest.
Because there's a lot of questions surrounding Jenn Soto.
We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way. She was spotted.
I'm still stuck on why is Jenn Soto using the word we when speaking about the day that Miss Madeline was supposed to go to school? On February 26th, okay? Whenever Jenn Soto was referring, now this seems to be something that didn't change, but she was more clear in the report she gave to the detective on the 26th. She was a little more clear. But in the interviews, and when she was talking to the best friend, she used the word we. She kept saying, we dropped her off. Who the hell is we? Are you and Stephen the same person? I mean, are y'all twins? I mean, who is we? Were you with him? I mean, that I don't understand why she's using the word we, but nonetheless.
What was the last thing, I guess, the conversation that you two had, you and your daughter?
We spoke about her birthday party. She had a birthday party on Sunday. She had a great time. I couldn't make it because I was working, but she had an amazing.
I want to know why Jenn Soto allowed the excuse of being at work as a reason to miss her daughter's birthday. Why is that a reason to miss your daughter's birthday? I feel like you had time. You had time to take off, swap schedules with someone. You could have made plans to be there for your daughter on her birthday. I mean, I think it would have been important for you to have been there, and even if she didn't feel like it at the time, it still would have made an impact on her. She would have been affected by it. But I don't. That's not sitting well with me. That the reason why she wasn't at her daughter's birthday party was because she had to work that night. Was because she had to work that night. Wow. So that tells me that took priority over your daughter's support or your daughter's new milestone, if you will, in her life, because she was turning 13. So this would have been important. I feel like this would have been important, but I don't know. I don't know them. I don't know them. This is just my opinion. I feel like her, Jenn Soto being at work should not have been at all used as an excuse for the reason why she wasn't an excuse as the reason why she wasn't. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Her being at work was an excuse for missing her daughter's 13th birthday party. When she had time to plan, because this was already planned. Madeline's birthday party was already planned. It was planned ahead of time. Because Jenn Soto called Stephen and asked Stephen to come up and take care of Madeline while she went to work. Was this a plausible reason? Or was this a concrete alibi? I'm just asking. Which one was it? Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Was this a plausible reason? Or was this a concrete alibi?
Amazing time. She was so happy with all her gifts. I told her good night, and yeah, that was it. I was the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner. Yeah. In my heart, I feel like somebody took her. This isn't like her to just pick.
Did anybody notice? Because I didn't notice this the first time I watched this interview. Did anybody notice that Jenn Soto said, how did she say it? She said, in my heart. Okay, let's go back.
Conversation that you two had, you and your daughter.
We spoke about her birthday party. She had a birthday party on Sunday. She had a great time. I couldn't make it because I was working, but she had an amazing time. She was so happy with all her gifts.
I couldn't make it because I was working. Don't forget, y'all, I want y'all to comment whether y'all think this is a plausible reason or a concrete alibi.
Told her good night, and yeah, that was it. I was the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner.
So did y'all just hear Jenn Soto say, I wasn't the one who took her to school in the morning? It was my partner. Now, I don't know if y'all caught on to this, but that can be taken in two different ways to me. Because from what she said, I wasn't the one who took her to school in the morning. In the morning. Let me go back and make sure she said in the morning and not that morning, okay?
Walking by the church, by the middle school, on the cameras. They saw her hang out in the parking lot for a little bit and then get up and leave. They didn't see a vehicle or anything else. They just saw her walk away around 9 a.m., heading towards the school, but she never made it.
Hold on, y'all. I noticed she took a big gulp right then.
On the cameras, they saw her hang out in the parking lot for a little bit and then get up and leave. They didn't see a vehicle or anything else. They just saw her walk away around 9 a.m., heading.
Right there. Did y'all see that? She took a big gulp. To me, that's significant. To me, that's the same as somebody catching their breath. There's something around that time frame that Jenn Soto knows about. There's something around that 9 o'clock time frame that Jenn Soto knows about. Remember, that's also the time that Jenn Soto told the detective who was recording her that she woke up the morning that Miss Madeline went missing around 9 o'clock. Around 9 o'clock. Okay. There is something significant around this 9 o'clock. There's something significant around this 9 o'clock. How interesting is it that Jenn Soto had a doctor's appointment on the day that Miss Madeline went missing? So close to the time frame that Stephen Stearns is caught on camera leaving the complex with a female in the passenger seat. How much of a coincidence, if you will, or by chance, Jenn Soto has a doctor's appointment on the same day her daughter goes missing. And not too long after, she says Stephen woke her up to leash the dog. She said she got up to help him. Help him with what? Help him with what? She said she helped him with the leash because sometimes the dog would get anxious. Please listen to that interview. That interview where the detective was recording her. Listen to it. It was the day after Miss Madeline went missing. That was that interview. But listen to it. That is suspicious to me that Jenn Soto just so happened to have a doctor's appointment on the morning that her baby goes missing. And it's within the time frame for both of them being gone and coming back to the house. They seem to have come back to the house around the same time. They seem to be gone coincidentally at the same times as well. Remember that Jenn Soto referred to blood work when she went to see the doctor. She referred to blood work when she went to see the doctor. Hmm. Stephen Stearns is caught leaving the apartment complex around 8:45 on the day Miss Madeline goes missing. Jenn Soto said that Stephen woke her around 8 to put the leash to help. Well, she said Stephen came into the room and it woke her up. He was trying to get the leash for the dog. And Jenn Soto says that she helped him because sometimes the dog gets anxious. And then Stephen told her to lay that down and get some sleep. And I feel like the reason why she has to create the idea that she was aware Madeline was getting ready for school is so that it would appear as if Maddie was still alive and left for school, was getting ready for school. Like it was a situation where in order for this story to sound plausible, you have to admit to you have to be aware of the possible questions that may arouse from the circumstances or may arise from the circumstances. Okay? That means if Jenn Soto understood that in order for it to seem plausible that Madeline would be dropped off to school, if Stephen was up at that time walking the dog and he said that him and Madeline got up around the same time, Jenn would then have to, or Jenn may have to answer as to whether she saw Madeline that morning or heard her. Because that would be the only way she was aware that Miss Madeline was alive. So it gives me pause that Jenn took a deep fucking swallow after saying what she said. And I'm going to let y'all hear it again.
Okay, so Jenn Soto, she's the mom, right? Basically as a single mom, but she has this on again, off again, live-in boyfriend who's in her life, not in her life, who's accused of all of this. Now, when she first goes missing, Jenn publicly speaks, just like Stephen Stearns publicly spoke to WFTV. I want you to take a listen to what she says, because there's a lot of questions surrounding Jenn Soto.
We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
We dropped her off close at school. Who is we? Why the hell are you rocking so bad, Jenn? Why you rocking so bad? You got hella anxiety right now. And who is we? Were you with Stephen when he supposedly dropped this baby off? I just want to know, were you with him? Because if you were not with him physically, I'm getting that you were with him mentally. Because I don't understand why she's referring to we. We dropped her off. She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
She was spotted walking.
She was spotted walking by the church.
By the church, by
By
the
the
middle
middle
school, on the
school.
cameras.
On the cameras. They saw her hanging out in the parking lot for a little bit.
They saw her hang out in the parking lot for a little bit and then get up and leave. They didn't see a vehicle or anything else. They just
They didn't see a vehicle or anything else. They just saw her walk away. Why is she bringing this to their attention? They didn't see a vehicle or anything else. They just saw her walk away. Why did she bring this to their attention? I'm having y'all. I'm feeling like, oh my gosh. Let me keep going. I am really having trouble with this lady, dog. I'm having trouble with this lady. I'm having trouble with this lady.
but she never made it.
What was the last thing, I guess, the conversation that you two had, you and your daughter?
We spoke about her birthday party. She had a birthday party on Sunday. She had a great time. I couldn't make it because I was working, but she had an amazing time. She was so happy with all her gifts. I told her good night, and
I mean, there's no emotion behind Jenn's communication with her daughter that night. If you listen to look, like, I'm gonna go through what she's saying, and I'm gonna show y'all. Like,
she had a great time.
She had a great time. Okay. I couldn't make it because I was working. There's nothing emotionally gratifying about that statement as it pertains to her daughter's birthday party. Nothing. She felt the need to tell y'all why she wasn't there. Because that's what she did. She felt the need to tell y'all why she couldn't be at her daughter's birthday party. That's what she just did when she said that. I couldn't make it because I was working. She's justifying why she was not at her daughter's birthday party.
I couldn't make it because I was working, but she had an amazing time.
But she had an amazing time. She was so happy with all her gifts. There is nothing, I don't feel the connection here emotionally with the mother and the daughter. The type of bond, the type of emotional bond, or the love bond between the mother and the daughter, it did not work. It wasn't a very nurturing environment, if you will, between Jenn Soto and Madeline. Not with the way she's speaking. She's telling you what she understood from her perspective about Miss Madeline. Right? And to me, it doesn't seem very